Hello and welcome back to NinjaBraap. I say this both to you and to myself since it's been over a year since I made a video. A lot has happened over that year and there has been a vast lack of racing in that I did not race at all last year. Kind of sad. I won't go into details, but I did make it out to the track several times. But now that we're in the middle of COVID-19, I actually have time to make another video. So here we go. The most popular video that I had in the last year was actually my initial review of the HJC RPHA 11 Pro, and I've had several requests to actually do another video, so here we go. Alright, so sitting here next to me is the HJC RPHA 11 Pro. I bought this back in 2019, and one of the reasons I bought it was actually the design of the helmet, but not the only reason. Since my last video, I've been on track with this helmet about 6 times. Twice in the spring, 3 times during the hot summer of SoCal, and then once out at track days, turkey days, Thanksgiving session out at Buttonwillow Raceway. That was really fun. I haven't ridden with it on the street at all. Like I said, this is specifically for racing and track sessions that I bought this helmet. I have another helmet for the street. First off, this is hands down one of the most comfy helmets I've ever owned. The last helmet I had was a Scorpion EXO R410. While it held up really well hitting the ground at 80 miles per hour, after 5 years it wasn't a very comfy helmet. It actually fogged up quite a bit, quite often. It was hard to breathe in, and very narrow actually for a helmet. The comparison I'd make is driving a Mazda Miata versus a Mercedes S-Class. It is night and day difference between my last helmet and really most helmets that I've actually ridden with. For the airflow, it has 10 vents. 4 of them are controllable, and it definitely is very easy to breathe in. It's comfy. I don't feel like I'm burning up or can't breathe at any given point. Especially when it comes to tight tracks with very narrow, very tight corners. Even at speed, it feels great. I love it. During my November session, it was colder and it never fogged up. It actually has a anti-fog feature called the Pinlock 120. It's actually like a little visor that sticks to the inside of the visor in of itself and creates a seal in which it has basically an air pocket inside of the visor itself. Never had it fog up once on me, not at all. Let's see, as far as how it's held up, I dropped it once. Let's see, little bit of scratching there, not too noticeable though. There are a couple stickers starting to come off. The lining here is starting to bulge a little bit, but that's mostly due to this insert that I've actually put underneath here. Otherwise, it's actually held up really great. Buttons are still fully intact. The buckles are fully intact. And the latches, controls, everything still works just fine. Visor, hardly any scratching, no crazing, no anything really. It's held up great. It's still very clear. Let's see. One thing that I wanted to talk about was again with the liveries. Those are the paint schemes or the look of the helmet. These days, a lot of helmets are just black. I mean, you walk into a store and it's just lined with black helmets, black gear. And I've asked people, salespeople, why that is. And mainly they just tell me that that is what sells. I don't see them really stocking anything else. So maybe that's been a long-term trend, or maybe that's just how it's always been. I don't know. But to me, years ago when I first started riding, there were a lot more colors, a lot more variety, and that's something that I personally feel like is something that we've lost in the riding community, is the ability to actually express yourself and actually look, kind of put yourself into how you ride by the look of your gear, the look of your bike. I mean, it's kind of being dumbed down, if you will, personally. A lot the same way that cars are mostly silver, white, gray. It's really boring, and I'd like to actually see a return to color. But let me know what you think about that. What do you wear for gear? Do you wear full gear, and if so, or even just a helmet? Do you like having color, or do you just prefer black? A lot of people I talk to these days, they prefer matte black or glossy black, which again, that's kind of boring to me, but to each their own. Well, that's all for now. Thanks again. Go back to my previous video and see how I murdered the name of this HJC RPHA 11, not the way that I pronounced it in the previous video. And tell me what you think of the hairstyle in the last video as well. Thank you again. Like and subscribe to this video, and be sure to come back again for the next video. Thank you again. See you next time.